Well, this place is just about empty at this point other than the people cleaning it up, but I promise you, about an hour and a half ago, this place was absolutely rocking as Mississippi State knocked off number 9 LSU in women's basketball 77-73. An absolute thriller inside the Hump. It felt like the old Hump here at Mississippi State. And how about the resurgence of this place right here? 3 top 10 wins between men's and women's basketball this season. I don't know if that's ever happened here, but the Hump is back. Mississippi State women's basketball is back, and what a monumental win for Sam Purcell to get his first top 10 win as a head coach. And this game proved that Sam Purcell is not a recruiter. He's not, just a cheerleader like some people like to say that he is. Sam Purcell's a basketball coach. This is Joe Chompy's from Auburn, his son-in-law. Kim Mulkey talked about it after the game. People should understand that Sam Purcell has had a lot of experience with some great coaches over the years, and I thought this game was very well coached by Purcell and his staff. Big shout out to my guy Gabe Lazo, who was on the scout tonight, did a great job. But I tell you what, the unsung heroes of this ball game, and maybe they're not so unsung because it was so obvious. Miracle Shepherd, Darion Rogers, both of those 2 players played their absolute hearts out in this ball game, and they were the difference in this game. Mississippi State scored 35 points off the bench. They outscored LSU by 29, and 31 of those points came from Miracle Shepherd and Darion Rogers. But what Miracle Shepherd did defensively was the story of the ball game. Haley Van Lith, sorry, have to make sure I got my stats up. Haley Van Lith, second-team All-American, I think, or honorable mention All-American, whatever it was last year at Louisville. One of the best players in the country, one of the best guards in the country. Sam Purcell recruited her with the Cardinals, and she transferred to LSU this year to be a part of basically a super team. You got Angel Reese back. You got Flojae Johnson, who was a freshman All-American back. Anisha Morrow was the #1 player in the transfer portal. #2 was Haley Van Lith. And then Michaela Williams, who is one of the top freshmen in the country, makes up one of the most gifted starting lineups in the entire country. And Mississippi State had the challenge of defending that tonight. I thought Jessica Carter did a really good job. Angel Reese got a double-double, 20 and 18, so she got her points. But Mississippi State really limited what she was able to do. She got a lot of points from the free throw line, cleaned up a couple of shots with some offensive rebounds, but for the most part, I thought State defended her fairly well. But the difference, I thought, was what Mississippi State did to the guards, and especially what they did to Haley Van Lith. And Miracle Shepherd made that difference. Haley Van Lith had 4 points in the game. I think she was 1 for 6 in the ball game, and Miracle Shepherd was an absolute menace on her all night long. 6 steals in the game for Shepherd, 12 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. Was just absolutely phenomenal. When she came in the ball game, I believe Mississippi State was down 8-2, and they'd given up an 8-0 run. She completely changed the course of that first quarter. LSU was really pushing that lead out. The Bulldogs ended up taking a 6 or 7 point lead in that first quarter. It ended up being 20-18. I thought turnovers were a big part of allowing LSU to kind of maintain themselves in that first quarter. And then the second quarter, they got 22 points, and they were able to take the lead. This was a back-and-forth affair, but Mississippi State stayed in the fight because of what they did on the defensive end. They forced LSU into 21 turnovers. They rebounded the ball extremely well. They only lost the rebounding edge, I think, by 1 board, and this is a team that rebounds it very well. So State did a really good job of staying in the ballgame by what they did on the defensive end, and then hit some big-time shots. They went through a stretch of over 5 minutes without scoring in the fourth quarter, and what was a 9-point lead got down to 3 points with about a minute and a half left. So you come down the floor, Darion Rogers was absolute nails hitting a 3-pointer to get them back on top by 6, and LSU was not able to get back but to within 3 points. They hit a 3-pointer with 15 seconds left. Rogers hit 3 big free throws down the stretch, and the Bulldogs were able to hang on in this game. State shot 52%, and 9 of 17 from 3-point range. That was absolutely huge. They had 6 more 3-pointers than LSU, and that proved to be so big in this ball game. 30 of 57 from the field, 9 of 17 from three. They shot 53% from three. They shot 53% overall. LSU had shot 67% in the second quarter when they had that big second quarter. But State coming out defensively in the third quarter and having the defensive third quarter that they did, plus what they did offensively with 28 points, that changed the game, and they were able to get a lead and keep it. LSU was never able to grab momentum from there. So just an absolutely huge ball game. And I feel like we've harped so much on Darian Rogers and Miracle Shepherd. We haven't talked about the 24 points from Jacayla Jordan. On the biggest stage, Jacayla drops 24 on 9 of 17, hit all 3 of her three-pointers, 4 rebounds in 32 minutes. This is against a team that overlooked her in high school, overlooked her in the transfer portal. She went to Tulane, grew up in New Orleans, goes to Tulane, comes to Mississippi State out of the transfer portal. She had something to prove tonight, and boy did she. She scored 10 points in the first 3.5 minutes of the third quarter to give Mississippi State the lead that they never lost. I thought Jacayla Jordan was so big in that third quarter. You didn't get a great night from Jessica Carter and Lauren Park Lane. 6 points between them. Just like Sam Purcell set up the game, it just wasn't Lauren Park Lane's night. And kudos to him for not pressing that and trying to force things for her in this game, because this was Miracle Shepherd's night. And there's nights this Lauren Park Lane's night. She hit 30 on the road at Colorado State. She set the school record for three-point shots. There's going to be games where it's not your night. He talked to her. We were watching after halftime. They were on the baseline. I'm pretty sure he told her, hey, you're not going to start coming out in this third quarter. We're going to go with Miracle. This is her night. And Lauren was really engaged on the bench. She made a couple of big plays in this game, but 6 turnovers was really big, and she was really struggling against the bigger guards of LSU. I think this was just a better matchup for Miracle Shepherd, and Lauren's going to have her game in the SEC coming up. This was Miracle's night, and she came out and was huge in this one. You know, everybody really, just about everybody that came in and played in this game did something in this ball game to help Mississippi State win. And those are the kind of things that you have to do to beat a team like LSU and to win a top 10 matchup. And that's exactly what happened in this one. So the Bulldogs get the win. They hand LSU their 4th loss. LSU has now lost 3 conference games, and that's huge. I mean, this is a monster team. This is a team that is built for a national championship, and they can still get there, but it just has not been right for them all the way. So this is a tough loss for them. They lose back-to-back. They lost a tough one in South Carolina the other day and lose this one tonight to fall to 5-3 in SEC play. The Bulldogs move to 17-5 on the season, 4-3 in SEC play, and you have a much favorable schedule here down the stretch if they can keep things going. They got Kentucky coming up on the road on Thursday night, so that's a huge game to keep this momentum going and try to get 3 straight wins. Sorry, we got people that see I'm obviously talking, but they want to talk over me. Okay. So big game coming up on Thursday, and then, you know, we'll see if Mississippi State's able to build this momentum. You got some tough road games against Ole Miss. You got some tough road games against A&M, Alabama, Auburn. So big games coming up for the Bulldogs, and they really need to keep this momentum going. But just a great atmosphere here, great college basketball game, and you know, it was a fun one tonight. So we'll see if State's able to keep it rolling. 2 straight wins. They'll try to make it 3 straight coming up against Kentucky. Make sure you guys are tuned in. We got some more stuff coming your way on 3 at Maroon and White Daily. If you aren't subscribed over there, please come join us. We had a great conversation during the game on our message board with the game thread, and a lot of people really excited about this win. So come join the conversation. Come see our articles that we got going up. Of course, we got some great recruiting news for you as Mississippi State continues to kill it on getting these juniors in, these junior days. We have another group of visitors coming to Starkville this weekend as well, and you're going to want to stay on Maroon and White Daily to see who's coming, because Paula Jones has got that list for you guys. So for Robbie Falk here at the Hump, appreciate you guys for following along, and we'll catch you down the road.